for the, okay, before jumping into this particular topic, so anyone wanted any questions or anything from the strings? See, in strings, we didn't cover few methods. I told you right yesterday, we didn't cover intern or get char. So these things we didn't cover because it will confuse you. And then another two important topics which we need to cover in the strings is string buffer and string builder. We may not, I mean, we rarely use this one, but still why I didn't talk about this one is before understanding this particular string buffer and string builder, you should understand about what is an object and what is a class and how this works on. So this, we should understand those topics very clearly. Then you can understand those particular things. So that's the reason I just kept that one parked. So probably once after completing of this OOPS concepts, you can definitely ask me or remind me on this one so that I can let you know on string builder and then string buffer, because that's a very important topic in terms from the point of interviewers. Okay. Apart from this, any questions in the strings? Because already we have been spent 2 days on this one. I know that it takes lots and lots of time if I start looking at into this. So we just wanted to go for the conditions. But any questions or anything on your implementation, especially on joins, on split, on any regular methods which you are trying to use it, you can ask me the questions in that if you have any doubts. Okay. If it is not, then jump for the if conditions. Yes. What is an if condition? So today we are going to talk about if conditions. Okay. So now what is an if? It's a general, means in your general English, where we use if and why we use if.
Maybe, sir. If means
maybe means it's a tentative. So I may be doing this. For an example, I maybe go for movie, or I may go for beach, or I may go for vacation. So maybe we'll be saying that it may happen or may not happen. But what is if?
To perform different actions.
To perform different actions. Any other answer?
Decision making.
In if, definitely it will help to make the decision making. See, for an example, if tomorrow is a holiday, I'll go for a movie. If tomorrow is a holiday, or if you see here, you're saying that you're keeping a condition with an if, or if you're keeping with a clause, so that if at all there, then you'll do it. If at all there, you'll be doing it. So you are saying that now you keep anything. If I know driving, I'll drive for, or I drove for Hyderabad. Or if I have a time, I'll go for a vacation. So now if you see here, you're keeping a clause. Every time you're keeping a clause with an if, right? In the same way, when you wanted to implement the if statement, so now these are the basic things which we need to learn about. So if followed by the conditions. Okay, so give me the control. And as soon as you share the screen, so maximize this and just click close, or if you need to take this to the corner and close all. Okay, so now, first of all, when we have in the if conditions, so now we will be having 4 basic things now, which is called simple if and simple if, and we will say that simple if else, and we can call as else if, and we can call as nested if. So now these are the 4 classifications which we have it. Okay, so for this particular session, we are going to discuss on these particular 4 topics. And actually, everyone knows it very simple, but as it's my responsibility to go through that in detail, I just wanted to explain them in bit clear. Okay. What's the shortcut for uncommenting a group? Control Z. What is shortcut? Okay, so now let's talk about this one first. Now in this one, so here what we will try to do, what we have done is we have declared a simple variable integer, and we have declared a simple variable integer. Now what I wanted to do, so I just wanted Control Shift F. It should be clean, so that's the reason I just commented the code. So you know how it is easy to read the code. Now I do have declared my variables x and y. Now this is a keyword. So now whatever the things which you have been seen in the maroon color. So if you see here, it's if all these things, these are in the maroon color, right? So these are system keywords. Always the system keywords will represent in the maroon color. Now, okay, so now hope this is clearly visible. Now, if you see here, now x equal to 30, y equal to 10, and if condition. So now if you see here, after if, it would be followed with a condition. Now, what is this particular condition? It was saying that x greater than y. Now, what would be the output of this? Boolean. What? It would be a Boolean. Now, what is a Boolean? Means, is it giving the true or false?
True or false.
So now, if it is true, okay, so if it is true, then it will come inside this particular body. So now always you remember, this is if syntax. Now this is if keyword, and then this is the condition, and then this is if body. So this is called if body. Now in this particular body, so it starts from this braces to this braces. Now this is where the statement is about. Now you just you need to think that if this condition is true, then it will enter into this. If condition is false, then it will not enter into this. Now for an example, now if we see this one, so control F11, so now it start printing me x is greater than y. So as it is really greater, x equal to 30, y equal to 10, so then it is greater, so that's the reason it entered into this. Now let's imagine that x equal to 40. So now what the output is? What the output is?
False.
False.
Now what it will print?
It
It
will
will
not print anything.
it
won't print
empty,
anything.
empty screen.
So it will not do anything. So it can't print anything. So because nothing is there to print, see. That is reason. So always you remember that if you are using the condition, so then this based upon this condition, based upon the output of this one, it will enter into the if body, or else if it not. So this is what a simple if about. So this is means always you remember that when we refer it as conditions, only if will be having the conditions. If else, those things. Now next go for simple if else statement. Now you come here, and if you see here in the simple if else, now I'll be having it why this? So if you see here, now int a equal to 15. So now we have been declared the variable. Now what we're trying to do is we're just checking that a is greater than a particular value or not. Now if you see here, if this condition is true, then it will enter into this. If condition is false, it was printing empty previously. But now what we will do is else you do this. So if condition is true, then it will print this. If condition is false, it will print this. That is what the prominence of else. If you see here, this is called if body, and this is called else body. That's it. Now it is very simple. So now if this condition is true, then it will come to here. If condition is false, then it comes to here. So now what it will do? So now a less than 10. So then it is means is it true or false?
False.
So now what it will try to print over here?
Goodbye.
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 It will be printing the goodbye. So now for an example here, I'll just try to print this. Now, if you see here, it was on this first statement, it was trying to print the x is greater. And then the second statement, it was trying to print the goodbye. So now let's make something a little bit more we wanted to check out. And then c equal to 30, d equal to 40. Okay, now I just given some variables, right? Usually I'll not do, I'll write the complete notations, but still for your quick explanation, I was trying to do it. Now I kept this a is less than b. Now I'll add and b is greater than c. Now what it will print?
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Why?
He is not greater than C.
In AND operator, both the conditions should be true.
Okay. So now if I have been given this one with double pipes,
It's high welcome.
I will.
first either one of the things is also true.
Any one condition is true.
So now if anything is true, then it entered into this. And if anything is false, means if this condition is not, means if this complete thing is giving me something true or false, then it will go for the else part. If it is a false, then it will comes to the else part. If it is true, then it goes to the if body. So this is what a simple if else. Very simple, right? So is there any complication to understand this one? So now we already know these particular operators. You remember all those particular operators will comes into these particular conditions. So we have to be very cautious here so that it can be understood. Now for an example, now I given 20 and I given this and. Now what it will print? Now, if I given here, what it will print?
Goodbye.
See, always you remember that the braces are very, very important. So how you give the braces is important now. You've seen it, right? When I given this one, it thrown me error. Then once I have been given, see now this NAND is for all or not is for all, negate for all. So that's the reason I'm given it for it. Okay, now what it will print?
Goodbye.
Because so now this true, this true. Now overall, this is not. Let's see. Got it?
Yes.
So this is how if conditions will be working on. So now you need to play around with the conditions. So don't play with greater than, less than. That is very simple. You can understand. Give some more conditions and see how this will work and then do it. So then you will understand this particular if conditions very clearly. Okay. Now, okay. So any questions in the if and if else? I don't think this will require this much of time, but yeah. So for clear understanding, I'm just trying to do it. Any questions? Yes, no?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So the next one is we'll go for ternary operator. Actually, in the basic ifs itself, we will have this particular ternary operator. So now that particular ternary operator, so the ternary operator, what do you mean by ternary operator is, if you see in here, we have been given if else like this, we have been written the code, right? Now all these code can be written in a single line. How it can be written is, for an example, now we know the value of A. So now this is the condition, right? A less than 10, and here the question mark. So you are asking that A less than 10. See, if it is true, then you print this, hi, welcome, or goodbye. Then you're trying to, means you're capturing that particular output string into this. Control D to delete the line. Okay, so now you got it. So now if you see here, simple. So now I given the define the value of A equal to 15. Now you're asking a question, hey, A is less than 15. If it is yes, if it is true, then it will take this. So you can say that true, and this is false. So this is called ternary operator. Now let's print this answer and then see it. This is false. Goodbye. So now if you see here, this is 20. Okay. Now you see it's true. Hi, welcome. So the same statement if can be written with this particular ternary operator. So ternary, why we use ternary operator is, rather than having these many lines, you can directly write it in a single line. So this is called ternary operator. This is simple if else, which it can be written in a different form, but the output would be the same. There is no difference in the output. So this is called ternary operator. Got it? Why everyone is so dull today?
No, sir. We are
Hacked.
Okay. So now we have been, any questions on the ternary operator?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So now let's jump into
Sir, in ternary operator, the first statement itself is true.
no, always by default, this section should be true and this would be false.
False.
Means not true or false. It is,
It's
this
a-
is if part, if body, and then this is
this
the
else body.
That's it. So this would be differentiated with this colon.
Column.
Okay, colon will separate the if body and then else body.
Else body.
Okay, now let's come for this. So now this is else if. Means for an example, there are multiple conditions. So that in that particular multiple conditions, so how people want to do it? See, you shouldn't try out these basic things. You should try out with the multiple things, so that means if you given more conditions, you'll understand with more things. So because it's a you're trying to use the simple. I want multiple conditions to be used and then try it out so that you can understand this one very clearly. Okay, so now if you get okay, and I'm just trying to change this one so to make little bit interesting. In passing score equal to 45, and in the first division, okay, I'll say that okay, first of all, I don't depend upon this marks and all. Just I wanted to give an example. That's the reason I was taking this first division, second division. I will never look for this particular scores at all. 60 and distinction equal to 80. Okay, so now I just wanted to give that Now, how we can get the input from us, input to this script. I wanted to give some input to the script. How I can give that input? So these are the things you need to try out. So if you wanted to give some input from your this thing, so means from your just you need to bear with me for a few minutes so that I can show you something so that it will be easy for you to understand. Enter student score. Okay. So now if so now I need to capture this one, right? So now string user, this example is not valid for me. Name, salary, age. I just wanted to have it. Where is my name? I just wanted to see that. So here I need to give something called 25. Just give me 1 second, Chris. 25 and 4,500. So now exception in the main thread. So how I need to give these values? Okay, Chris. Just give me 1 second. So I'll search the code here.